the time I arrived back at the office, the men from the phone company had just installed my phone. Kitty was in the other room.
No calls yet, Sam. How about a cup of coffee?
You read my mind, sweetheart. Hey, Kitty, do we have Tanya's phone number?
Klondike 51234, Sam.
Thanks. The girl might not be a good office cleaner, but she has a great memory. Oh, why didn't I remember that number? It sure is an easy one to remember. Hello, Tanya. Sam Spade.
Mr. Spade, what did you find out?
I stopped by your husband's office today and found out a few interesting things.
Oh, really? Who did you talk with?
A Professor Felix. Do you know him?
Professor O'Felix was my husband's assistant.
Kind of old to be an assistant, isn't he?
Oh, we never really thought of him as an assistant. He worked as hard as my husband with the students. He's been with the university all his life. In fact, he was my husband's instructor. It was Professor O'Felix who inspired my husband to go into the teaching profession.
Yeah, well, that's nice. Anyway, Tanya, he mentioned your husband may have been tangled up with some woman. Gosh, that's hot.
Sam? Hello, Sam? Are you okay?
Oh, look, Tanya, I'll call you back. I got a bit of a mess right now.
Sam, I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking about.
It's okay, Kitty. Run and tell maintenance we need a mop and a bucket. I'll pick up the pieces of the mug. That hot coffee in the lap was enough to give a literal meaning to my last name. I went to the sink to clean up. As I took off my jacket, I saw a huge coffee stain covering my shirt. Wait a minute. Coffee stains. That's what they were. O'Tabby had coffee stains on his shirt. Why would a man that was dressed as impeccably as O'Tabby wear a coffee-stained shirt? Where did the coffee come from? And why am I talking to myself? I searched my pockets for the pretty painted stone I took from O'Tabby's shirt pocket. I looked at it carefully. It was painted, all right. A painted piece of ceramic. A piece of ceramic from a coffee cup. O'Tabby must have been drinking coffee, which in turn caused the accident. It wasn't much to go on. How was I supposed to solve a murder when my only clue was a cup of java? What was keeping Kitty? I figured I'd better call Tanya to apologize for the interruption and get back to the case. Where did I put Tanya's phone number? Wait a minute. Tanya never gave me a phone number. So how did Kitty know the number? Easy, Spade, don't go off the deep end. But the pieces were starting to fit together. Kitty would know the number if Tanya's husband gave it to her. Could she be a lady who was infatuated with Professor O'Tabby? Think, Spade, think. Of course, she spilled the coffee when I mentioned talking to Professor O'Felix about O'Tabby's woman trouble. Kitty makes a great cup of coffee. So did the girl who recently left the university. The same girl I hired only yesterday. A girl who was infatuated by a man she could never have. So what does she do? Of course, she spills coffee in his lap and pushes him over a cliff. Wait a minute. Something's not quite right here.
Your maintenance, Sam.
I'm got a watering bucket. Yes, my dear brother.
I know you murdered Professor O'Tabby, Kitty.
What are you talking about, Sam?
You loved him. He didn't love you, so you snuffed him.
Yes, I loved him. He didn't love me. I couldn't have him.
So you what?
So I left.
You left?
Yes. The thought of working at the university so close to him and not being able to have him was too much to bear. So I left. But I didn't murder him.
The tears were streaming down her face and falling like rain off a pine tree. But the coffee stains, the painted piece of ceramic cup.
He always drank from his favorite mug, Sam. This looks like a piece from that mug. I don't know how it got broke.
I just ran out of suspects. Kitty, did you have any duties in the office other than making coffee?
I was Professor O'Tabby's girl Friday. I sorted his mail, answered the phone, kept his appointment calendar, filled his prescriptions, sharpened his pencils.
Wait a minute, filled his prescriptions?
Yes, Professor O'Tabby was an insomniac. The coffee kept him awake. He needed very potent sleeping pills to help him doze off at night. I remember him bragging that one of those pills could knock out a bull elephant. It took 2 of them to put him to sleep, and that took an hour.
Kitty, stay here and help maintenance clean up this mess.
Where are you going, Sam?
To pick up a murderer, baby. Nice touch. I found Professor O'Felix in the university chapel. Asking for forgiveness, Professor?
For what it's worth, Mr. Spade, I just didn't have anything to lose.
Let's go. By the time the paperwork was done, it was 8 p.m. Lieutenant Washington was his usual charming self as O'Felix was being booked. It had been a long day. I thought I'd better check in on Kitty. She was pretty shaken up when I left. I entered my office and found Tanya O'Tabby sitting on the couch. She stood up sobbing and gently put her arms around me. She didn't say anything. She didn't have to. I understood. I don't understand. I saw you following me today.
I wanted to make sure you were on the right track, Sam.
Well, thanks for the hint. Thanks for the...
I knew a sharp guy like you would figure it out. Look, you big lug, why don't you cut the tough guy act and give me a smile for once?
How's this?
That's better.
Now let's talk about you and me, baby.
Wouldn't work, Sam. We're different.
That's the part I like.
Face it, Sam. In any other time, in any other place, we might have had something, you and me.
Yeah, I guess you're right, Tanya. You're a sophisticated lady, and I'm just a working stiff.
You like hot dogs, and I like caviar.
Yeah.
I'm refined, and you're a slob. I'm first class, and you're coach.
I get the point, Tanya.
You're still all man, Sam. I really wish it could have worked out.
I'll never forget you, Tanya.
Goodbye, Sam.
After you'd left, I told her you were going to nab the murderer. She came right over.
I didn't answer. My thoughts were still in the arms of a classy babe. There had better be a check in that envelope.
Sam, how did you know O'Felix killed Professor O'Tabby?
Elementary, Kitty. O'Tabby had to have left directly from the campus to call on Maudie O'Pur that night because he was still drinking from his favorite mug when the crash occurred. Professor O'Felix, the substitute girl Friday, fixed that cup of coffee. O'Felix had filled O'Tabby's sleeping pill prescription and popped a couple into his coffee knowing it would take O'Tabby an hour to get to Old Mountain Road, 40 miles away. Like clockwork, the pills took effect and O'Tabby drove off the road to his death. The police were right. O'Tabby did fall asleep at the wheel, thanks to some help from his assistant. The motive is obvious.
Which was?
It was the old power struggle in the university routine, Kitty. Old man gets passed over by younger man. Young man gets power, respect, glory. Old man gets older, bitter. Finally, in desperation, the old man gets rid of the one thing in his way, the young man. With O'Tabby gone, O'Felix becomes department head and gets what has eluded him all his life.
Sam, you're simply too much.
What's the milk for, Kitty?
You ask too many questions.
Garfield, what are you doing in there?
Getting ready to roll the credits, pal.